The Volvo EX30, guys, you can't even buy this car in America yet. You will be able to soon. But as a result of this car, Volvo sales worldwide have increased yet again. Volvo is absolutely smashing it out of the park with the EX30, and it's amazing to see Volvo's sales growth in spite of all the penalties it faces. I mean, for example, the EX30 that's sold in most places in Europe, well, everywhere in Europe, it's manufactured in China. So it now gets taxed by 30%. But Volvo have a strategy, as always. They're working to pivot around this. And I've got to say, their CEO, this guy is absolutely next level. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching The Electric Viking. It's great to see you. Volvo's CEO, he's criticized other car companies a number of times. Kind of not really criticized them, but sort of said it in a nice way. But he said he doesn't understand what they're thinking. He says basically they're putting themselves in a very dangerous position to be disrupted. And Volvo is like thinking, these guys are just crazy. They're basically waiting for these Chinese car companies to just send them into bankruptcy. And I think he's 100% right. Volvo boosted their EV sales, well, globally to another record in June of 2024. Volvo Cars reported 71,514 global sales in June, 8% more than a year ago, but keep in mind, the company is moving away from internal combustion, so their sales of internal combustion cars have decreased significantly. During the first 6 months of the year, sales amounted to 388,000, which is up 14% year over year. So sales growth of 14% versus last year. And primarily that's because of their plug-in hybrids and their EVs. Volvo's plug-in electric car sales increased by 41% year over year to a new record of 34,362. Rechargeable cars represented nearly half of the brand's total volume, 48%. Really, Volvo are trying to do what BYD did a couple of years ago and just get rid of internal combustion. In fact, the company said it would get rid of internal combustion. It's already gotten rid of diesel. It said it would get rid of internal combustion in 2026. So a year and a half from now, it's likely you won't be able to buy a purely petrol-powered Volvo vehicle, nor a hybrid. I believe it'll just be plug-in hybrids and EVs. Importantly, Volvo's EV sales doubled last month to a new record of 18,435. That's growth of 93% year over year, says Inside EVs, taking a 25.8% share in Volvo's global volume. So out of all legacy automakers, Volvo is number one in the world for the percentage of cars that they sell that are EVs, 26%. And we're looking at, this is the beginning. This is the beginning because, I mean, Volvo is about to make more, well, it's about to manufacture the EX30 at its factory in Belgium. It's going to manufacture the EX30 in other places around the world. And I believe we're just going to see this. The EX30 is going to be a huge sales driver for Volvo. But then as Volvo pivot to having pretty much all their cars being plug-in hybrids and EVs, they could start doing kind of what BYD have done. Now, Volvo as a company obviously is not BYD in no way, shape or form. But the parent company Geely, that's a different story. And Geely this year are the fastest growing car company in the world. The fastest growing EV brand in the world is Zeekr, who are owned by Geely. Geely basically own the factories where these cars are built, but basically Volvo and Zeekr vehicles are built on the same production line. You can really see where things are headed here. And the incredible thing is, guys, that more than 2/3 of Volvo's EV sales are the Volvo EX30. It's selling so incredibly well, and it's not really cheap, but it's, massive demand for this car. As June comes to a close, the sales figures for the month are proof of the successful steps we've taken toward our long-term strategic direction and the continued demand for our cars, said Bjorn Ironwall, Chief Commercial Officer and Deputy CEO at Volvo. I am pleased by the continued strong sales performance of the Volvo EX30. And the EX30, like I said, this is a new car, guys. Volvo will be in a position where they can make twice as many EX30s this time next year. Imagine, that could mean the EX30 could represent about 50% of Volvo's sales worldwide, just one electric car model. You make the right car, make it the right looks, the right shape, the right size, the right price, and this is what can happen. Plug-in hybrid sales increased by only 7%. EV sales, 91%. Volvo recharge sales last month, EVs, 18,435, up 93%, 26% share of all Volvo cars. Plug-in hybrids, 16,000, up 7%. That's 22.3%. Basically 50% of Volvo's car sales worldwide right now are plug-in hybrids or electric cars. So far this year, for the first 6 months of the year, Volvo's EV sales have grown by 53%. 91,000 sales, 53% growth in Volvo's EV sales. That's just crazy. And it really does show you the right strategy pays off. It can pay off for any car company. If you take it seriously, if General Motors or Ford really took it seriously, they could do the same thing. They really wanted to. I mean, if Ford really wanted to make a really good, compelling F-150 electric pickup truck, I mean, that's Ford's bread and butter, right? The majority of Ford sales are pickup trucks. So that's what Ford needs to do. It needs to make a really, really good electric truck. If they really wanted to do it, they could do it. Think about it, right? There is many different models of cars now that can charge over 500 kilowatt in China. There's nothing stopping Ford from having cars that charge at that speed. Yeah, the infrastructure is not there, but you can still find there's still plenty of 350 kilowatt chargers. So you could have a vehicle that's future-proofed, right? That can charge at those speeds. For example, the Zeekr 009, it's got 550 kilowatt charging. So what? It's going to be sold in Australia, many other countries. People are going to say, oh, but you can't find chargers there that will do that speed. You will be able to find them. You can't today, but why not future-proof your vehicle, right? And it certainly will charge at 350 kilowatt at a minimum on those chargers that are capable of that speed. I mean, if Ford's F-150 could do that, right? And if they were using, say, the Cadel's Cheer-In battery, or chill-in, I should say chill-in battery, they'd probably be looking at, 400 miles plus, 450 miles of range. And then you're looking at a really compelling product where people go, hang on a minute, if it's a similar price to internal combustion, that's what I'm going to buy. And that's what Volvo have done. Anyway, guys, it is cool to see this. About 12 months ago, I made a video about Volvo's CEO saying that what his strategy was for the company. And what his strategy was to basically do what BYD have done. Get rid of internal combustion. It's paying off. It's working. And it's really satisfying to see that happen. Thanks for watching.